or more levels. So there may be, each variable may have two, or one variable may have two levels, another may have 5 levels. So as we have done in two-way ANOVA, so similarly here also it will be 2 by 2 or 2 by 3 or 4 by 5, whatever it is. Then another is, there must be one continuous criterion variable or dependent variable. If it is a survey research, it will be the criterion variable. If it is an experimental study, it will be the dependent variable. The third, there must be at least one covariate which is continuous. Then fourth is the normal distribution. And when I say normal distribution, it has to be always either of the criterion variable or of the dependent variable. So normal distribution of the criterion variable or the dependent variable. Then another is homogeneity of variance. And there should be there should not be any outlier. So these are the assumptions which must be fulfilled by your data if you decide to analyze it with the help of the two-way ANOVA. Now, you have been asking me that I should take data from the experimental study. So I have the experimental design is non-equivalent control group design. And the layout is as follows. That there will be two groups minimum. There must be minimum two groups, and both are separated by the dotted line. The dotted line indicates that the two groups are not equivalent. What is the meaning? The meaning is that there must be some differences amongst both the between both the groups because they are not equivalent. And whenever you do experiment and whenever you take two groups, they might be equivalent on the basis of their age, maybe on the basis of their gender, but then they may not be equivalent, maybe on the basis of their intelligence, their self-confidence, the socio-economic. There are so many variables. So therefore, it is the most important experimental design which is to be used in social sciences. In pure sciences, you can use Matto. In ANOVA, you do not have a covariate. You are not adjusting, you are not controlling any intervening variable in case of ANOVA. But in case of ANCOVA, you have the intervening variables which can be controlled. So this is the major difference between the ANOVA and ANCOVA. So therefore, this is the design which is used always in humanities or in social sciences. So what you do is you have now to take the pre-test in both the groups. And what is this? I will tell you. Suppose you take your weight. So this is the pre-test, pre-weight. Then you do the exercise. This is the treatment, is a exercise. And you do exercise maybe for 1 month or for 20 days or 15 days and then take your weight. So this is your post weight. Now in the another group, you are not doing any exercise. It is a control group and you again take the weight. The weight which you take after the exercise, if it is 20 days, in the control group also it must be 20 days, the interval between the pre-test and post-test. So this is the layout of the non-equivalent control group design. So I have the data with me of one of the experiments where we have a pre-test, then the treatment, and then a post-test. So we can control the pre-test by using the analysis of covariance technique. So if I can have the title something like this. Yes, Sojanya, please tell your doubt. Sojanya. O represents the testing. X represents the treatment. So these are the standard symbols which we use. If you want to say O1, no problem. You can say O1, 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 O1. What is there? No problem. There is nothing like O1, O2. If you say O1 and O2, important is that whatever the tool you are using, in case of O1, the same tool you must use in case of O2. And if it is not the same tool, at least it must be the parallel tool. And if it is not parallel tool, then there might be some error. So therefore, if you want to say O1, O1, no problem. Then here also it is O1, O1. It doesn't make a difference. Is it all right, Sojanya? So should I put O1, O2? Okay. If you want, you can have more than one experimental group. Absolutely no problem. If you want to have 2 experimental group or 3 experimental group, you can have. Yes, both are same. So you can have as many experimental groups as you like. I am taking only one experimental group. And the experiment is something like this, that here, this is because it is an experimental study. So here the dependent variable is the example which I am taking. The dependent variable is creativity. And here independent variable is or you can say the treatment. Is thinking strategy. I have a thinking strategy which has 2 levels, or you can say strategies, no problem. No, Sojanya, you were not present, it means. The ANOVA and ANCOVA can be used even in survey research. Yesterday, I had taken the one example of the survey research. So it is wrong to say that ANOVA is for survey and ANCOVA is for experimental. No, absolutely no. Even in experiment, even in experimental, if you want, you can use ANOVA. But in that case, you have to have the change score. So that also I will tell you if there is a time, nothing to worry about it. So the independent variable is this, and the dependent variable is this. Now I'm taking the title. A study of. Now, if it is an experimental study, you must use the word effect. So, Jania, whenever you want to do experiment, please explain when to use experiment. If you are interested in conducting a research which is experimental in nature, no, Ankit, independent variable means the treatment. the treatment which you are giving. This is the experimental group, you are giving a treatment, and this is the control group, you are not giving a treatment. So it is not that one is control and experimental. No. So Jania, they are different. Were you present? You tell me first. Were you present yesterday? So Jania, were you present yesterday or not? So Jania, I am asking you, were you present? Because you were not present, that is the problem. Yesterday, I took one example of the survey research, and there I have taken the covariate. So analysis of covariance can be done even in survey research also. So do not worry. I can take another example for survey research when I come to the three-way ANCOVA. Don't worry about it. So a study of effect of thinking strategies a study of effect of thinking strategies on creativity of, do you want students or do you want teachers or do you want what? Or I can write anything I write. Of teachers of private colleges of Gurgaon, which is Haryana. If this is then my objective is to study the effect of thinking strategies, because I'm taking two-way ANCOVA, so I must have two discontinuous variables. So one discontinuous variable is a thinking strategies, another discontinuous variable is a gender. And their interaction on creativity of teachers by considering pre-creativity as covariate. So I'm controlling the pre-creativity. So this is what is the objective. Now, how many objectives are in this? In this objective, how many objectives are? or how many findings will you have for this objective? No, Sujanya, no. Navita, you are right. No, Mattu. Say here, if you want, you can write something like this. It is 1A. To study the effect of thinking strategy on creativity of teachers by considering pre-creativity as covariate. 1B will be to study the effect of gender, because there are two discontinuous variables. One discontinuous variable is a thinking strategies and another discontinuous variable is gender. And the third is to study the effect of interaction. Effect of interaction between thinking strategies and gender on creativity of teachers by considering pre-creativity as covariate. So these are the three questions, or these are the three objectives, and you will have the three findings. So if you want to write one objective, you can write one objective. If you want to write three, you can write three. Yes, whenever you have two discontinuous variable, so there will always be an interaction, because interaction is always whenever there are two discontinuous variable or more than two discontinuous variable. So that has to be there. Do you want me to write the objectives by using adjusted mean? Covariate is the variable which is to be controlled statistically. Yesterday, Ashay, were you present yesterday or not? If you were present, I had given the example that if you are sitting on a seat in the bus, and if there are a lot of people, and if you want to offer a seat to another person, one way can be you get up and he will, or he or she will sit. Another is you also sit and let other people sit. You are in a seat where two people can sit. Sometimes you accommodate another person. How do you accommodate? By adjusting. That is adjustment. And adjustment is always with respect to another variable. So if the person is a child, then the adjustment is not to that extent, it's small. But if it is a elderly person or very fat person, then maybe you have to adjust more. That is the meaning of adjustment. And that variable is called a covariate. Covariate is the variable with respect to which the mean scores of the criterion variable or the dependent variable are to be adjusted. So that is what is the covariate. I hope you have understood now. So do you want me to write by using the adjusted mean, or there is no need? Do you want me to write the objective for using adjusted mean, or there is no need? Let me write. 1A is to compare adjusted mean scores of creativity of teachers belonging to cognitive trust research trust group and control group. By considering their pre-creativity as covariates. So here I have to use the word adjusted mean. So this I have written for then another is 1B is to compare adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. Then 1C will be to compare adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers belonging to cognitive research trust group and control group by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. So this is how you have to write the objectives by using the adjusted mean. Is it clear, or you want to ask a question? Now I can write hypothesis. Now the hypothesis will be, let me copy and paste and then write the hypothesis. Should I write for one objective or for all the objectives? Do you want me to write hypothesis for one or for all objectives? Okay. Let me write for all objectives. This was my first one. So here, there is no significant effect of thinking strategies, gender, and their interaction on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. Now, the same you can copy it here. That there is no significant effect of thinking strategies on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. Then here also, that there is no significant effect of gender on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. Manohar Lal, you can write anyone you like. You can write anyone you like. Absolutely no problem. So I'm just giving you the option. So you must know if someone is writing like this, then you should know, yes, it can be written like this. So there is no significant effect of interaction between thinking strategies and gender on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariates. In case of the adjustment mean, there is no significant difference. There is no significant difference in adjusted mean score of creativity of teachers belonging to cognitive research trust group and control group by considering their pre-creativity as covariate. And now here will be, there is no significant difference in adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariate. And then here also, there is no significant difference in adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers belonging to cognitive research trust group and control group by considering their pre-creativity as covariate. So this is how you can write your hypothesis. Any question you want to ask? Then I am going to the SPSS. I have the data. I will analyze and then bring the results and write the interpretation. So any question you want to ask? I'm waiting for your question. And then, so let me go to my SPSS. So here I have my data. You can see here, this is the group. And in here, group means the treatment I have, but I have named it as group. This is pre-creativity. This is post-creativity. And you have the gender also here. So let me go to my analyze. Now I go to my general linear model as I did yesterday. Then I go to univariate. So Jania, please note down. You will ask me later on. First, you go to analyze, then go to general linear model, then go to univariate. No, it is not. Please do not write Sachin pre-test score. Score is not a variable. You have to write the name of the variable. It is pre-creativity. So creativity is the variable and you are assessing it before you give the treatment. So pre-creativity is the correct one. You should not write pre-test score. This is wrong. Sachin. Okay. So now you go to analyze, then go to general linear model. Analyze, go to general linear model and go to univariate. Now you click here. Now in the dependent variable, your post creativity is the dependent variable and pre-creativity is your covariate. So please see, here is a dependent variable. So you shifted the post-creativity. Here is a covariate, you shifted the pre-creativity. And my fixed factors are group and gender. So Jania, you can't take all factors. I have only two variables, discontinuous variable. All mix, there might be 50, there might be 100. So you have to take both the discontinuous variable because I have taken only two discontinuous variables. Do not worry about so many variables. Why do you worry about it? I have the data for someone which I analyze. So I'm only taking the two variables data. That's all. to explain it to you. Now I go to the option. Discipline is also a discontinuous variable, but I am not taking discipline. I am taking treatment because it is an experimental group, experimental study. So in experimental study, you must have the treatment. Navita, is it all right? It is not, I have not taken discipline. I have taken the groups. Group means I told you the teaching strategies, thinking strategies. Group, God. You see here, this group is, one is experimental group, other is a control group. And the experimental group, in my objective, I have taken the thinking strategies. So this is the experimental group and this is the control group. And it is the thinking strategies. Is it all right? So I go to analyze, I go to general linear model, then univariate. And then here, group I put here, the gender I put here, pre-creativity is a covariate and post-creativity is dependent. Now I go to option. I want the mean of everything, so I can copy. Then descriptive statistics, homogeneity. In the experimental group, please listen carefully. In the experimental research, please listen carefully. In the experimental research, the homogeneity must be on the pre-scores. If it is pre-creativity, then pre-creativity. If it is pre-weight, then it is pre-weight. If it is pre-hemoglobin, then it is pre-hemoglobin. So you are, because after the treatment, the homogeneity will not be there. So this is important point I am telling you. And if you want to have estimate of effect size, you can have. Then because there are two groups, so there will be plot. So here, if you want to have groups here and gender here, you can have no problem. Add. And then continue. And then continue. So this is the, in the experimental group, there were 75 people. In control group, there were 76 people. And males were 75 and females were 76. And now this is post-creativity. But we don't want post-creativity, because post-creativity will be, the homogeneity variance will not be there. So this is my result. So let me copy and paste. And in this result, you can see that the group means you are thinking a strategy. This is the F value and it is significant. And the effect size is very large, 0.866, because maximum can be 1. So that means treatment effect was very strong. In case of gender, the adjusted F value is 0.28 and error is 59.7%, so it's not significant. In the interaction, the adjusted F value is 0.02. It is not significant because 88% error. And effect size are, there is no effect size. So I'm taking these and then in the control, in the group means the thinking strategies. And here my adjusted F value is 946.339. And it is significant at 0.01 because here error is 0 and you cannot have 0 error. It is 0.00, only 3 decimal. And here effect size is 0.866. The maximum is 1. So it is very strong effect. That means whatever the treatment that you gave, this treatment is very powerful treatment in facilitating the creativity of the students. So if you want to develop the creativity of the student, then you should use this thinking strategy which was used in this particular study. Okay. So Jania, you always want me to repeat the. So Jania, I am repeating the analysis for you. Okay, so you have understood it. All right, fine. So I have copied and let me take it to my Word file. Gender data analysis. So Jania, please concentrate. Here is a analyze. I click it here. I go to the general linear model and then to the univariate. I click it here. Now, this is my group, means the treatment. So these are the fixed factor. I put it here. The gender is here. So I shift it to the fixed factor. So this is the gender has come. My dependent is a post creativity and pre creativity is covariate. So I have entered. Do I proceed, Sojanya, or I go to my interpretation? So now my objective was, so let me just make a space. Now, here it is 4 point. Yesterday it was 10, so 11.0. So here my objective was to study the effect of thinking strategies, gender, and their interaction on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariate. And if this was my objective, then here I am writing the caption heading. And the caption heading will be effect of thinking strategies, gender, and their interaction on creativity of teachers by, you can use the word considering or you can use the word taking. By taking pre-creativity as covariate. By taking their pre-creativity as covariate. So then I'll say the 11th objective was to study the effect of thinking strategies, gender, and their interaction on creativity of teachers by considering their pre-creativity as covariate. Now, cognitive research cognitive research trust, and you can say traditional or lecture method, whatever you like. Will you like the lecture? Because in the control group, there was no treatment given. It's the routine activity. So do you want me to write lecture? Do you want me to write traditional? Or do you want me to write normal activities? Okay. And traditional method were the two thinking strategies while male and female, the two levels of gender. And pre-creativity was covariant. Thus, the data were analyzed with the help of either you can write with the help of two-way ANCOVA, or you can write with the help of 2x2 factorial design ANCOVA. Anyone you like. And the results are given in table 4.11. So here I make a table. So let me insert the table here. Yes, sources of variance, DF, then it is SS Y dot X. Please remember, in case of ANCOVA, you must write Y dot X. If you do not write, then people may think it is ANOVA. And then it is MSS Y dot X. And then it is F Y dot X. And then it is remark. So let me change the font size little bit. So here is a thinking strategies. And if I call it A, then B is my gender. I can call it B. Then it is A interaction B. Then it is error and then it is total. There are two thinking strategies. So 2 minus 1 is 1. There are two levels of the gender. So 2 minus 1 is 1. And 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. And the error DF is like this. The DF here is 146. So I write 146. Then the DF for total is, this is corrected total you have to take. Because my total sample is 151, 151 minus 1 is 150. So it is 150. The sum of squares for treatment, and this is group 678455. So 678455 point 329. So I can say 33. Then for gender is, this is gender is 201.40. So 201.40. And for interaction is, interaction is 14.657. So I can say 14.66. So 14.66. Then my error is 104671.24. So 104671, 104671.24. Then MS is 678455.33 divided by 1. It will be the same. (201.40) divided by 1 is 201.40. 14.66 divided by 1 is 14.66. Then 104671.24 divided by 146. The answer is 716.93. $716.93. Now the F value is 678455.33 to be divided by 716.93, and this adjusted F value is like this. It is 946.339. So 946.34. So 946.34. and then next is, it is 0.28 and it is 0.02. 0.28 and 0.02. So this is significant. So I can say P is less than 0.01. P must be small. This is not significant. This is not significant. So let us yes, for getting Sojania, for getting the adjusted F value, you have to divide the MSS by the, I told you, Sojania, you don't remember anything. That is the problem with you. That your F value is equal to the MSS of the treatment divided by the MSS y dot x of error. So this has to be divided by the error. This has to be divided by the error and you get this. 201.40 has to be divided by 716.93. The answer is this. I hope you have understood. Now let me write the heading. Summary of 2 by 2 factorial design and COA of creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. So this is the heading. So let me just make little space here. Okay. Now I have to write the interpretation. 4.11.1. effect of thinking strategies on creativity of teachers by taking their creative by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. Then I'll say from table 4.11, it can be seen that the adjusted F value for thinking strategies is now this is the F value 946.34, which is significant at 0.01 level with df equal to 1 slash. For df for the thinking strategy is 1 and the df for error is 146. So it is 1 slash by 146. Any question you want to ask here? Is it clear? So it indicates that there is a significant difference in adjusted mean scores of creativity of cognitive research trust group and lecture method group. By taking pre-creativity as covariate, taking their pre-creativity as covariate. This is the meaning that when this value is not significant, then this is the value. And now, if I have taken the hypothesis where I did not use the word adjusted mean, then I must write, so there was a significant effect of thinking strategy Sojania, please do not ask me such questions. How many times have I to tell you that this is less than not this? There is a standard value, and you have to compare your calculated value with the standard value, which is given at the DF is equal to 1/146. Here it is only the error is 1%. So you cannot compare. This is wrong to say that this is less than this. Please do not compare the calculated value with the level of significance. That is wrong. The meaning is that your calculated value has got error less than 1%. That's all. It doesn't mean more than that. So there was a significant effect of thinking strategy on creativity of teachers. So adjusted mean scores of creativity of teachers belonging to cognitive research trust group and lecture method group by taking their pre-creativity as a covariate. So there was no significant effect of thinking strategies on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. Thus, the null hypothesis that there is no significant effect of significant effect of thinking strategies on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate is rejected. So your hypothesis has been tested. Further adjusted mean score of creativity of cognitive trust group is, let me give you the mean score. Now this is the adjusted mean score because here it is written A. And the adjusted mean score for experimental group is 193.459. So it is 193.46. So A means adjusted. Here it is written covariate appearing. So it is 193.46. and control group is adjusted mean score is 59.225. So it is 59.22. So adjusted mean score of creativity cognitive research trust group is 196.46, which is significantly higher than those of lecture method group, whose adjusted mean score is 59.22. It may be said that cognitive cognitive research trust was found to enhance creativity significantly, more than lecture method when their pre-creativity was taken as covariate. So this becomes your one finding. This is your one finding. So I am just writing here. So this is your one finding as come. So is this interpretation okay, or you want to ask me question? So Jania, is it clear, or do you want to ask me question? Okay. Any other participant like to ask me question? Any other participant want me to reply their question? If there is a question, please ask. Now next is my gender. So then it is 4.11.2. Effect of gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. From table 4.11, it can be seen that the adjusted F value for gender is, you can see the adjusted F value for the gender. It is 0.28. It is 0.28 and it is not significant. So below the table, you can write NS, not significant. So 0.28. Navita, wait. Have I gone to the interaction? Navita, have I interpreted the interaction? Is 0.28, which is not significant. It reflects that there is no significant difference in adjusted. There is no significant difference in adjusted mean score of creativity of male and female teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. So there was no significant. So there was no significant effect of gender on creativity of teachers. So there was no significant effect of gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. Thus, the null hypothesis that there is no significant effect of gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as score is not rejected. It may be said that both male and female teachers were found to have creativity to the same extent when their pre-creativity was taken as covariate. So dear friend, this becomes your another finding. Now I go to the next one. Next one is 4.11.3. Effect of interaction between thinking strategies and gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. Now, the adjusted F value, for interaction between thinking strategies and gender is 0.02, which is not significant. Please, so this is not significant. So it shows that there is no significant difference in adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers treated through Navita, wait. How many times I have to request you to wait? Navita, please try to remember whatever I have done earlier. In the two-way ANOVA and three-way ANOVA, there was an interaction which was not significant. And then three-way ANOVA, I did it a day before and you have forgotten. Please try to remember. So means course of creativity of male or female teachers treated through cognitive research trust or teachers, let's say, belonging to, let's say, will be better. Belonging to cognitive research trust group and lecture method group. By taking their pre-creativity as covariate. So it shows there is no significant difference in adjusted mean scores of creativity of male and female teachers belonging to cognitive research trust group and lecture method group by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. So there was no significant effect of interaction between thinking strategies and gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate. Thus, the null hypothesis that there is no significant effect of interaction between thinking strategies and gender on creativity of teachers by taking their pre-creativity as covariate is not rejected. Now, Navita, now understand. Because the adjusted F value is not significant, So that means there is no trend. So you should not plot the graph. Graph is to be plotted only and only if your adjusted F value is significant in case of analysis of covariance. And in analysis of variance also, if your interaction is F value is significant, then you plot. Otherwise, you need not to plot. It may be said that creativity was found to be independent of interaction between thinking strategies and gender of teachers when their pre-creativity was taken as covariance. So this becomes your another finding. So this is how you can write your findings also. Absolutely no problem. So this is how you write your findings also. So I have completed the interpretation of the two-way ANCOVA. Any question you want to ask, then I'm closing it. If there is a question, please ask, then I'm closing it. And tomorrow I will be taking the three-way ANCOVA. And if there is no question, then thank you very much. See you tomorrow. So Jania, the experimental I have given, and yesterday I took the survey. If you want me to take the survey, I will take tomorrow, nothing to worry about it. And experimental, you have to give the treatment. In survey, you have not to give the treatment. That is the difference.